The figure $1,000 per home.
Got two.
The 2,000. Okay. The $2,000 per home, we figure we can put into a warranty reserve, and throughout the project, if we build a quality home and there aren't too many problems with it, that's money towards us. That's additional profit.
So what's it being spent on?
Spent on additional repairs. If it goes into a second year in the warranty, the cost of those repairs fall upon us and not the subcontractor.
So how long do you keep that money in the warranty reserve?
I would probably keep it in there two years.
I've got a question. In the development costs, I look and I see you've got all your connections. You've got your off-site water, electrical, but then the land development costs, you don't have a line item for electrical ducting. Where does that come into play?
What was we won't have a line item for what?
I see where you're going to pay to tie into the franchise utilities connection, but I don't see a line item showing trenching, installation of underground.
All that was included. I think it's on the first page about the actual spreadsheets that's in the land development section. Each of those are asterisks for the utilities, and all the trenching work that will be done for the utilities is included in those initial costs. We just felt that it was easier for us to take historical data to get those prices, and then just take the linear feet of the utilities throughout the subdivision for our calculations.
I have a question for Adam. Adam, you mentioned our signature standards and the features that are included in the product that are sometimes offered as optional features. You mentioned that may be something that a homeowner would be looking for, or a buyer would be looking for. How does that help you from an estimating and purchasing standpoint?
Well, from an estimating and purpose standpoint, it does increase the cost a little bit because for example, we're including appliances that are energy efficient. We're also including other things that are energy efficient into our building practices. What it does, though, is that it targets the right market that we're wanting to target. It brings in those aspects of granite countertops, for example, that our second-time home buyers are already going to want. We're going to include those as a signature standard, as well as Sherwin paint and the other things that I mentioned, so that our home buyer, when they come into there, they're not coming into the sales office and being bombarded with different costs, saying, okay, different options will be this, different upgrades will be this. They will be included into the base price of each of our models, so that we can say when they come in, this is the price of your home, and we can give them a final price right there rather than bombarding them with extra costs. Does that answer your question?
What I was getting at is that the standardization of the features that you put in every home, even if you're putting granite in every house.
Correct.
Does that help you from a pricing standpoint, and if so, how?
Well, from a pricing standpoint, I did mention that it does increase our cost because we're including granite countertops rather than, say, Formica countertops or Corian countertops. And so it doesn't increase the initial cost of our investment, but we feel that it is beneficial to our home buyer and will yield more sales per month because we're targeting to our market by including the signature standards.
I'd like to add something to that if I could. Additionally, it does make the estimating process for the home significantly easier because we know already most of the features that we're going to be putting into these homes. And so we can get a lot more accurate financial information, a lot more accurate sales price because we already know what we're going to include in the base price of this home. And there's not $100,000 worth of options available. There's only $10,000 of options available, and so we can be a lot more accurate with our estimates as well as with our financial projections.
A quick question on the primary buyers, in that kind of tags on that, we've included everything into the price of the home, but in the material, your primary and then your secondary buyers, they seem to tap out at about $110,000 minimum. And with for your primaries, the secondary group is actually an entry level under that. Is there a concern that the depth of the market
experiencing a downturn in the market right now. And I think that's common knowledge to everyone. In our financial projections, we did account for that with, like Andy mentioned, the 2-home, 5-home, and 8-home projections based on the market. We do feel, however, that the Orange County market, the Orlando market, is an excellent market right now compared to the rest of the country. Right now, population projections are higher than the national average. Job growth projections are also higher than the national average. And, the employers here are doing really well. And so there is quite a bit of job growth. Disney, the largest employer in Orange County with over 56,000 employees, when they reported their earnings a few weeks ago, they were way above average because of their theme park revenue. And so we're optimistic about the market. We're optimistic that there will be home buyers. Maybe that won't be 5 in this kind of a market. Maybe that's closer to 2 or between there. But we do feel optimistic that there will be home buyers even when other communities are struggling. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
One question, what other overhead reductions or changes will you make if the market does go to 2 units per month? Most of it's based on the 8 per month, but what changes will you implement?
There are some changes that we would implement. Adam talked about the importance of keeping our costs low. And that's something that, because we can keep our costs low, we have the opportunity that if we need to, we can reduce that sales price. And that is an option that we have. There are also different value engineering things that we've looked at that we could do to maybe bring the price of that home lower as well. In order to attract more buyers, we do have discretionary spending built into the marketing budget, things like that we can use additional incentives to help bring in those buyers in the tough times. But yeah, we do have some things that we would do to try and lower costs, as well as, if needed, lower the sales price.
Cost staffing?
As far as staffing is concerned, we have 2 supervisors and 1 project manager. We have a couple of sales representatives, and our director of marketing comes out to Berkshire Park to set that up. We have a warranty representative. We think that if the market would go down, looking at potentially letting one of our supervisors go and just having one, being how there would